Honey cakes, sweet cheeks, welcome back for another yummy update. Bitcoin emphatically pushed up to 110,000 American dollars today, cranking on through. Are we going to get another reset? One more little reset? Maybe. But we are definitely reversing the bad vibes that happened earlier from April, remember? From Donald Trump's tariff tantrum. So we've got fatigue over that. Now we're moving on to other stuff out here. I just want to show you, friends, I've got this amazing gentleman out here. He's made a song on PulseChain. I love country music as well. Just have a let you listen. It's kind of funny.
A little dough I had. Stop putting my bags. Stop putting my bags. I used to have a little bit of money, but now I'm down real bad and I'm feeling sad.
Amazing. Amazing, sir. Thank you very much. Mr. Haiku33. PulseChain, look what you made me do. Dropping my country. Stop fighting my bags. This is awesome, sir. Yeah, so remember, for everyone new out here, just so you know, okay, friends, we love all this. I want you to know that when you see people's emotions, okay, they don't cause prices to deviate away from the fundamentals for too long. Just so everyone knows, yeah? When candles are down, our mood is also down, our portfolio is down, and there's FUD. It's all the same thing, okay? It's literally, for the majority of the crowd, it's all the same thing. Everyone feels the same stuff. When we're up, it's also the opposite for everywhere. Money's up, vibes are up, there's no FUD, there's anti-FUD. It's basically, if you leave the party, that's FUD. It's like, come and join, it's open for all, we're gonna go up forever. It all happens, okay? Like pretty much. But just it's for yourself, okay? I want you to think about this. When things go down, a lot of people, you got to remember, friends, I did my own anecdotal experiments. I did this, wow, it's been a year and a half, where I posted the same information during different PulseChain moves. I'll actually show it to you. And one of them, I forgot if it was weekly candles, but one of the information, friends, is just funny. The same information I posted at the end of a green weekly candle or two, I posted it when we had like 6, 7 red candles. Guess what? This one had positive reaction. This one had negative reaction. It was the same information. In the negative reaction, everyone said, you're fighting too much. You're fighting too much. You're not you're bullish. You're fighting too much. But it was literally the same information here. So I actually wasn't fighting anything. I was just posting information. Right? It's kind of like, friends, like if you're the weatherman and you report, oh, it's raining outside. Are you fighting? Are you fighting the day? You just say, no, bro, it's a statement of fact. It's raining outside, okay? So I did my own anecdotal thing, tests to see, and it actually is true. The same information, it's interpretations, yeah? Which changes. Now, earlier today, friends, this news came in. So Elon Musk has deleted his post saying that President Trump's tariffs will cause a recession in the second half of this year. So it seems like this tantrum is pretty much this breakup. It's pretty much, seems like it's some perfect distraction. Is it distraction, man? Are they trying to distract us from something? They probably did. They did. I mean, it became a big a war of, like, you know, alpha male, testosterone, dad and daddy. What's going on here? Some part of simulation. I don't know what it is, friends. Just to let you know, man, I got cracker UFO videos coming out later on. The Wall Soy Journal. All right, I'm gonna have to cover this a bit later on as well. Just give you some tidbits, okay? You know, the Wall Street Journal, the Wall Soy Journal. They have made this article. Shout out to Mr. Polarity Josh. They've made this article, the Pentagon disinformation that fueled America's UFO mythology. So this was going on the same time with the Trump Musk stuff. They released an article saying UFOs are totally fake. The government made them up. Okay, so it's literally, they're really trying to distract. So I'm finding two interesting pieces of information. And they have all come out right after Matthew Brown, ex-Pentagon, worked there for 5+ years, leaks UFO information, which I've got to do a cracker episode for you as well. Now, friends, what's actually happened as well recently is there's this coin called Plasma. Now, Plasma is actually a chain. You can't buy the token. I'm not touching it, okay? But Plasma Chain, they raised $500 million in minutes for their public ICO, okay? So it's a stable coin chain. It's basically named a stable chain. It's meant to support stable coins, Plasma. And it's backed. I want to find out, why is this attracting so much attention? Backed by Tether. Okay, it's literally backed by Tether. Tether are not going to release their own token themselves, they said, or IPO, or whatever. But they're probably going to do. I reckon they'll do it as an exit scam at the end when they don't have much product market fit because everybody's doing their own stablecoin. Because you got to remember, friends, Tether, all they have is Mindshare Network, but well, I guess it's everything in crypto. But what's your edge? Your edge is you're giving people a stablecoin, yeah, but everybody else can go make a stablecoin that's backed by $1, and that hands out yield. That's a tough part, friends. You know, the more yield Tether has to hand out, they make less money. So what's the company worth? You're peeling off yield from everyone out here. So they offer no yield. That's why you're a cuck if you hold it. So everyone wants exposure to the stablecoin SuperCycle, so they've participated in it. Let's crank it as well. Stablecoin SuperCycle. I made the term up. I've been saying the term. How often, man? Like, so often, friends. Like, just so you know, okay, on my total crypto market cap chart, I now have this. I've got the themes up here. Look at the top of the page, friends. One, this is what's hopefully takes us to crypto 10 trillion. Meme coin SuperCycle, stablecoin SuperCycle, Bitcoin treasury bubble, crypto IPO bubble. So I hope all of these happens, but stablecoin SuperCycle is one of the big ones. Stablecoin SuperCycle is very unique. Why? Because no one in the crypto industry knows about it. Everyone understands the memes. Everyone knows that the crypto IPO bubble, no one wants to touch them anyway because you can't get into the shares of the company. Bitcoin treasury bubble, everyone knows about them. No one wants to go buy MicroStrategy because you're trading at a premium. Just go buy BTC, go buy altcoins instead, okay? They're for stock market boomers, okay? Stablecoin SuperCycle, you can't get exposure. You have to go buy Circle shares. That's why Circle, CRLC, Circle, USDC, C for cuck. That's why they had a big bid when they opened on the stock market, okay? I'm not participating in Plasma. Good luck to you. But it is a warning sign because when we have a $1 billion public raise, that's one of my exotic top signals. Like, oh, public ICO, $1 billion. Uh-oh, it's end of times soon. Okay, but we're not there yet. This raised 500 million though, getting close. We might actually say, because it's a believer cycle, we might actually have two. We might have two. I mean, like, this is the cycle for it, right? So we'll see. pDAI is a first cycle unicorn for stablecoin SuperCycle narrative, and it's really cheap. It's very unique. Okay, so if you want to participate, I've given you some options. I'm just telling you my number one choice is pDAI because it is a whopping back to 3 cents. This thing is a 12x. If this thing goes to 10 cents, it's 45x. If it goes to $1, it's 450 x return. If it goes there, doesn't have to. Went to zero twice. But there are other alternatives if you want. You can buy ENA, EtherFi, Ethereum itself, XRP, Chainlink, MKR tokens. You can buy Circle shares. You can buy Coinbase shares if you want to participate because Coinbase own pretty much. They got a big deal with Circle. So you have to get them by proxy. Stablecoin SuperCycle. I guess if you want, again, you missed out now. 500 million of the Plasma ICOs done. But yeah, I don't want to touch these public ICO stuff because they can change the terms. When you get the token, they'll release you 10% of the token at the top only, and then 90%'s locked up. You have to get in the bear market. And yeah, where's your edge, by the way? It's like buying into sacrifices all over again. I like pDAI the most. Unique storyline, cult within a cult, gate kept, 450x upside. Remember, pDAI is an unstable coin. Yeah. So I guess the journey would be if it got to a stable coin. This is USDC sitting in the cuck chair. This is a PulseChain. I had to put the pictures out here just so everyone knows. So I'm keeping you informed as to what's going on. Remember, it's not about anyone's real opinion. Okay, I know this is a signal from the market. There is hunger and demand for stablecoin SuperCycle even more. Isn't it wild, man? I did not think I'd be confirming every day. I'm finding information that's coming our way. Stablecoin SuperCycle, bang, 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 bang. Okay, so genius Richard Hart. Everybody thinks just a fat dude lives on top of a sandwich shop. There's a lot of FUD around Richard Hart and stuff out here. Oh, look, man. If you don't believe in pDAI, if you don't like it, okay, you think is a flop. But I do like it, and I know that it was not a fluke. I mean, Richard was thinking about stablecoin SuperCycle 4 years ago. And let me just show you how far ahead he was. Stablecoin SuperCycle 2021, here it is appearing right now. You see this distance, friends? This is an eternity, by the way. This is not a fluke, okay? This is literally an eternity, 4 years in the making. But we'll see, he doesn't like it. It's a stupid coin. Don't touch it. Peg your own nipples, though. So we'll see how it plays out. Now, I want to report on this, friends. The fall of James Wynn. Do you remember James Wynn opened up his $100 million Bitcoin position, okay, which is just, it's wild to see James Wynn open up his $100 million Bitcoin position, and this is what it looked like, right? He opened it up, right? He gets liquidated. It literally hunts him. It literally hunts him down. But it's a couple of percent, bro. Is it just volatility? Maybe the market was going there anyway. He probably was, man. He didn't really get... Honestly, okay, maybe he got hunted, but it's just... It's a 5% range. You know, everyone gets pinged. Everyone gets pinged in there, right? So it went down, pinged him up to this line. That was his liquidation right here. Pings him down, goes up only. Jams win, right? So that's why I'm telling you as well. Stick to spot altcoins. Okay, you got way, way, way bigger edge. But look at the fall of him now. He opened up a new Bitcoin position, $40. $40. Wow. I mean, from 100 million, now $40 leverage long. And by the way, he couldn't help himself. He put like, is this, yeah, he couldn't help himself, could he? So, yes, this is what happens, friends, once the market forces you out of position. I also want to clarify as well for the Plasma ICO. Just to be clear, the sale has not happened yet. Size will never change. It will be 50 million full stop. There was $500 million of deposits, initially 250 million, raised to allow more people in, to get points, giving you the option, but not the obligation to participate in the sale, okay? So it doesn't really matter, the technicals. I'm kind of glad, it went up in minutes, right? So everybody just put their money in just so they can get points, the obligation, like just in case they want to buy more. You know, it's kind of like, oh, I put $100,000 deposit, but if I really want to, I can only put 10 if I really want to, or in buying something. Okay, so, but it doesn't matter, right? StableCoin SuperCycle, the theme is most important. The theme is most important, and it's not $1 billion anyway, but I just want to keep you informed. Now, I did report on this before. We're gonna have to cover it again, friends. This is the Nasdaq filing. So the SEC, friends, okay, got a form from the Nasdaq itself, the Nasdaq exchange. Remember, that's the Nasdaq is the QQQs. That's pretty much it. It grows at 16% per year. It's tech stocks, okay? Tech stocks, right? The Nasdaq. Remember, there's different of the American indexes. The S&P 500 is everything standardized. You have the Nasdaq, which is stocks. Think of the Nasdaq is green, fast. It's tech stocks, yeah? Then you have the Russell 2000. That is basically the shitcoin index, okay? The Russell 2000 is small caps, yeah? Then you've got the Dow Jones. Remember, I always call it the Dow Jones. Dow Jones is industrials, 30 companies in here. So they have different indexes, right? They don't different little flavor. They're all pretty much correlated a lot of the time, but not exactly minute by minute or anything. But they have different composites, okay? So the Nasdaq techs, right? They have filed to expand their crypto index. So they've added XRP, Ripple, XLM, Stellar, which is vegan XRP, Cardano, and Solana. So now they have 9 coins in there. I don't know what the others are. I'm guessing Bitcoin and Ethereum. I don't know what the other 3 were. Maybe maybe you put Doge, whatever's going to be in there. Oh, BNB is probably in there, right? Because it's big as well. So they'll just take the biggest, right? And yes, when they do release this, look, we don't know when it's going to be released. I've been talking about this since literally 2021 and 2022. I've been talking about this for a long, long, long time. I didn't think it'd happen now. But when they release this, it might be our top signal, because Bitcoin topped. If we go back to Bitcoin in 2017, Bitcoin topped when the CME released Bitcoin futures to short it. So they actually released it December 17 right here. They actually released it at the top to mark the top, and then everyone shorted the shit out of it and went down. You couldn't short Bitcoin before that, pretty much, if you're an institution, okay? So the CME marked the top. They finally released it, but it's more of a signal like, oh, we're so accepted. You're not a scam. You're now allowed on our big boy market-making arenas, right? Do you see what I mean? So if Bitcoin and Ethereum and all these things are added to a crypto index, right, that's like the Nasdaq going, oh, you are going to be a part of us now, right? We accept you, which is a sign there's no more haters. There's no more bears. You have your own index, right? You can't FUD a whole index. You see what I mean? Now, I know what that will mean is, the prices at that time will be indicating we have exhausted most of the buyers that are going to participate in crypto now in the world, right? For the cycle, okay? That's what it would be an indication of. But ifs and buts and maybes, but they've got to release it first, So maybe there's 9 indexes here. What we actually do is let's actually go and check out the rankings. We can look at here. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, BNB, Soy. So they probably have Doge in there, friends. And I guess Cardano, right? Maybe they want to see if, you know, imagine Justin Sun gets in. Justin Sun, Tron. Yeah, they'll probably put Chainlink, Avalanche. Here we go, Stellar. They will have, I think I remember now, they have Bitcoin Cash and Litecoin in there. That's, I think, 2 of the tokens. They're part of the original 5. Bitcoin, Ethereum. They would have Bitcoin Cash and Litecoin, which you're probably confused. Who uses them? It's because they're like stock standard and safe. I don't know why. They just have like these boomers in there who are like, just random boomers who just probably are connected to the brokerage and everything out here. So here's Litecoin. Yeah, and you know, man, they'll never put Monero. That'd be wild if they did. Nah, no way. That's crazy. Yeah. So just showing you the index. As they build out this index, remember, it'll be weighted. So that'll solve a lot of things for people in crypto, right? Because now the index would just be the market cap weight of those crypto, and you don't need to worry about, oh, which coin do I get? You just buy the whole index. But you still will want to, right? Because we're here all the time. Yeah, you want to get that upside. But it's nice. So now you could tell friends and family, like, oh, just put 90% in the crypto index. Just keep DCA buying it, because it will grow up over time. But what it will actually do is it'll be interesting. There'll be different periods where it's outperforming Bitcoin, underperforming Bitcoin, based off how the Bitcoin dominance and stuff goes out here. But on the plus side, as Bitcoin loses its dominance over time, the weight of Bitcoin in the index will drop, right? So you pretty much, over a 10-year period, you can't go wrong. You literally can't go wrong, because that's what happens, right? As new coins enter the index and they become legit, the index buys more of it. And as ones go bad, it sells it out. It rebalances like every month. That's how the S&P 500 works. So maybe they'll launch it, friends. You never know. Imagine it launches in December this year or whenever next year. They add them out and they do it. We'll see how that plays out. Also got a master friend here. I mentioned this to you weeks ago. It'd be nice if crypto moved like Nasdaq. Is the Nasdaq futures price action random? Yes or no? The answer is no. Well, look, if you take any subset of any price action, it's all random, but there are periods of time where you can win. So, like, for example, the Nasdaq, a lot of people, they just trade the first 2 hours. So they look at, for example, they look at what range the Nasdaq does in the first, say, 5 or 15 or 30 minutes. They mark the range high and low, and then they try to get a break or retest of that range as it goes out. But those same strategies, after the first 2 hours of the Nasdaq or stocks or anything open, if they keep trading in the afternoon, in America's afternoon, they actually lose all their money, okay? So that's why the market is 50-50 if you take every price action in every time. Yeah, it is 50-50. But your job as a trader, as an investor, is you don't buy everything at any time. You don't sell everything at any time. You have to pick your spots. You got to be a picker. That's why you got to have an edge, right? That's like, for example, for us, right? If you buy every altcoin, yeah, and every crypto, you're probably going to be 50-50 in garbage at any time. However, what we do is, right, we're buying in the depression. We're waiting for euphoria. You get it? So like you and I, we're not going to be buying altcoins if there's exotic top signals and there's a crypto Nasdaq out and Bitcoin's 250K. You're not going to, that's why I'm telling you, many people will, most people will. But I'm not going to be saying, okay, now's a good time to go put in 30% of your portfolio into this. I'll never say that anyway, but you get the point, right? So we have to have these like different filters. That's why when you're day trading, yeah, there's different filters. So people after the open, when all the volume and stuff starts to dry out, they don't participate in it anymore, because then you just become 50-50 like a bot. That's actually, friends, that like, almost like everybody does this in every sport. Like every football player, they're not always trying to take a shot. Yeah, they're not always trying to take a shot. They're just, when the shot comes, they have to make it count. Okay, same as tennis, same as, basketball, how they play, right? You can't always do your power shot in tennis, okay? You can't always do that little flick hit where it goes close to the net. You know what I mean? Like you have to, that's what makes you great though. So it's a timing of these, which it's obviously what we want to build towards. But that's why highest win rate is what we're doing now. Long-term spot altcoins. Let's see what happens. A quick peek at the Sol ETH ratio. It has not flipped red yet, but it's very, 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 very close. It has not closed the red here. So we'll see that as Ethereum goes up. So yes, hopefully, friends, Bitcoin and Ethereum continue to crank up. This is Ethereum. Looks like it's really ready to go up to that $3,000 zone here. And then we'll see. what happens, right? Bitcoin at 130K. If I think one of you baby dolls asked me as well. All right. If I'm just taking a wild stab, how this year goes, just a wild stab, friends. Bitcoin goes to 130, comes down. Everyone thinks it's over. Right? Everyone thinks it's literally over. All right. And because it's a believers only cycle, somehow it goes to 250. I'm just guessing. And this part gets everybody back in. This part gets everyone back in. That's maybe they launch a crypto index up here. Right? And then just guessing. Because I just feel like everyone thinks it's over at the 130K, comes up, does another 2x on top of that high. But yeah, it doesn't have to do that. I'm just like, why I'm doing this is everyone thinks the cycle's over at 130, right? Everyone thinks it's going to go to 150 actually. They think it's going to go to 150, keep going up, they can sell. But if it stops at 130, comes down, then yeah, that's what I'm just assuming the crowd's going to be wrong with that. But we'll see. Like, subscribe, belly button, all. Catch you soon.